All right, we got a few house cleaning items from episode 2. The first generation iPod came out on October 23rd, 2001. We were off, I think we said '04.
I was sitting here
If I
thinking
recall.
'03 in my head. '01?
Yeah, '01. The first iPhone came out on June 29th, 2007.
Oh, man. Okay.
So that was junior year, I believe, of high school.
For us, yes,
And then
'07.
the first iPod Touch came out September 5th of 2007. So right after the iPhone, the iPod Touch came out.
Wait, same year?
Same year, 3 months later.
3 months. It is a
Yes.
confusing, even that's confusing.
It is.
The iTouch, I think, will go down in history. Years from now, we'll look back at the iTouch as an anomaly.
It really. Also, then, last two items to clean up. The first bicycle, the invention was 1817.
Wow,
And
no
then
bicycles in
the
the history of humans before 1817?
1817, apparently.
I would have gotten that
And
off by
then
hundreds of
the
years.
invention of the unicycle, 1869.
Oh, wow.
So a bit of a gap there before they decided to take a wheel away.
That's what I was just thinking. They were content, and then some guys, some outside the box thinker was like, you know what? Let's take one of those wheels off.
Here we are.
I like it. Is that all of our fact checks?
That covers them.
We were perfect otherwise. I love it.
Yeah, no, I think we were spot on. Feel free to let us know if we weren't. I'm doing my best here.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome
Okay.
back to episode 3 of Find Your Tree podcast. I am Sam.
I am Nick. We are back for more rocking the Bucks and 6 champ shirt. Let's go.
Hope you guys enjoyed episode 2. Got some good stuff for you guys here tonight. I'm going to pass it on over to Nick. He's going to bring us into the number game this month.
Yes, last month we started playing a game called the Number Game. It's silly, it's fun. We have a great interview later in this episode with Noah Berghammer, so we're going to play a little differently this week. It's going to be a little quicker. I have written down 3 topics. Sam has no idea what they are. He has written down 3 topics. I don't know what they are. And last month we just chose a blind one. And well, they're all blind, but we only did one. This month, we're going to do all 3, and just one question and one positive thing about whatever the hell we wrote down, which I'm very excited for.
I like the twist.
I know, I do too. One positive thing and one question. You want to go first, bud? You want to pick a number?
I'll pick a number.
Okay.
Last time I think I went with 3.
All right.
So
Well, we're going to do all of
switch
them,
it.
so it doesn't. We'll just the order, I guess.
Yeah, well, we'll start with 3. So I guess you pick if you start bottom to top or top to bottom. So
All right,
let's
well,
say
3.
3 on up.
3 it is. Again, I kind of forgot. Okay. Positive and a question about tiny houses. Tiny
Tiny
houses.
houses,
Yeah.
I assume, are more environmentally friendly, and I think that's great. Taking up less space, there's no point in having extra space if you don't need it. So kudos to them for that lifestyle. And one question: how?
Yeah. That's good. That's
That's
good.
it.
I've considered
How?
it, and there's a couple things I just can't commit to. I don't think. How? It's a good
I
question.
can't. How?
One word. I like that.
Feel free to let us know. Chime in.
All right.
How?
All right. I'll pick a number here. We'll go. Let's go the opposite. We'll start with number uno here. We'll go number 1 here.
Number 1.
Positive and a question. Does it say cursive?
Cursive.
Cursive. A positive to cursive. It makes you write like you're a diplomat. It seems like you're in some sort of bureaucracy. If you write in cursive, I just think of really important documents when I see it. And a question I have is, if you are a grown adult writing long paragraphs with a pen and in cursive, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? All right. What are you doing?
All right, number two.
Number two, pinball machines.
Pinball machines.
Yeah, positive and a question,
Positive.
sir.
It makes me think of childhood. It's a nostalgic feeling. Um, so yeah, I'd say just nostalgia pinball game, especially on the laptop when it came with the preloaded like space
Oh my God, that
pinball.
way to bring that up. I think everybody loves. I mean,
Like that's just
hours,
it's
hours.
nostalgia for me because like you didn't have online gaming, so like that's just nostalgia.
Taking that
Um,
high score was life.
and for question, where did that game go? Why is that not preloaded on computers anymore?
Or even like a cell phone app version. It might be an app version would be great. I mean, pass the time then. It would pass the time now.
I would play it again. I'd love to.
All right. So
All right.
number
So now
two.
number two for you.
Oh wait. That was. Did you have a question? What way I was?
That was my question.
Where? Okay, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. Number
Focus on the
two.
number. Yeah. Okay. What the hell did you write? Say Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser from
Is he's in I
The
mean he's in a
Mummy.
lot of things, but isn't he also is he in Tarzan, the live action
Yeah,
Tarzan?
Tarzan. Yes.
Or George of the
No, George of
Jungle?
the Jungle. Sorry.
George of the Jungle. He's in Encino Man. He's in Encino
Yeah.
Man.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, my positive thing about Brendan Fraser is that he is gave great movies to us to watch, and my question is, um, you know, how does Brendan Fraser like to spend his money? I'm curious. I'll never
That's
know.
good.
What do you got?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I mean, I could meet him and ask him, hey, Brendan,
Maybe we can get him on.
wouldn't that be something? Brendan
Somebody at Brendan
Fraser.
Fraser. I heard he's a really nice guy.
All right, so my turn. Number we got pinball machines out of here. Number one, I wrote hyenas.
Hyenas. That instantly makes me think of Lion
I
King.
know when I wrote it down,
Instantly.
same.
That just
It's the
for
90s.
Lion King. Okay, so positive thing. Hyenas are a beautiful animal. Like if you watch like Planet Earth or like one of those like
They're
4K
terrifying.
shows,
Okay, I like it
very
positive. It's
cool.
positive. They're beautiful. They are.
Very cool.
They're
Uh,
creatures. They're here. They're
yeah.
mhm,
And then for a question,
tons of them.
oh jeez. Do they really laugh?
Ooh, I like that's a good question. All of our knowledge is
Maybe.
based on the movie Lion King and a couple of Nat Geo.
That's honestly, I can't think of any scientific evidence other than the Lion King for hyenas for me.
Well, that's how it goes.
All right, Nick, number three. I
Oh,
don't believe you are currently prepared for this.
great. Well, I wasn't prepared for any of them. But you went. You're saying you went. Say Pablo Sanchez. Pablo, is that the ESPN?
No, that's
No,
Pablo
that's
Torre.
Pablo Torre. That's Pablo Torre.
Pablo
Yikes.
Sanchez from Backyard Baseball.
Backyard baseball. Is that the computer game?
Yes. He
Like
was the
the
main character on the computer game where you had the juice box filling up and the screwball.
okay.
He was the best
Oh
player on
yeah,
Backyard
I got it
Baseball.
now.
The
I
back of
got it
his
now.
hat.
Wow. Well, I mean, you went to the mine shaft of your brain. My positive about Pablo Sanchez is that he's a great baseball player. And my question about Pablo is, how does Pablo like to spend his money?
I'd say no.
How does he like to spend his money?
I'd like to say where is Pablo now? Because
Big
that game came
documentary.
out 20 years ago.
It's like Kenny Powers. That's his life now.
Kenny Powers, what's he doing now?
Yikes. All right, well, that's the number game. We did it.
Hey, hopefully you guys like that version. If not, let us know.
Yeah.
We're open to it, maybe.
Absolutely. We do have a couple new things going on in the store. Just to segue into the business. The Bucks in 6, our Milwaukee Bucks won the championship, so we got that going on. We have a new blogger, Nikki. She's live on the site.
Great read.
It's a great read. And then today, the 90s line is officially live. Go check it out right now.
Check it
DistantClothingStore.com. tons of new items and designs. It's amazing. It's nostalgic. It's you'll see a lot of references that you will recognize. That is for sure. Um, Very excited about that. So we have all these designs coming out for the 90s, and then in a month from now, October 1st, we will have the Wisconsin line. We are very excited about that. A bunch of Midwest, local Wisconsin designs and items, getting us ready for the fall and winter. So can't wait for that.
Yes, excited for all of those. The next lines coming are very near and dear to my heart because I've been designing majority of them. Nick sends me his little his thought ideas, and I take it and run with it, and
Yes.
use the other side of my brain,
All
shut
right.
down Microsoft Excel, and open up and create a bit. So I'm excited for these designs as well. But as Nick mentioned prior, cutting things a little short today because we had a great interview with, as Nick mentioned, Noah Berghammer, my baby brother, who is not a baby anymore. So we had a chance to catch up with him after he got back from New York. He was out there playing baseball in the summer league. He plays baseball for the University of Minnesota. He just had a book come out as well.
It's our first
Push and
distant
pull.
athlete.
And yes, as Nick mentioned, our first distant athlete as well. So we decided to bring him on. And I think that's all for us now. So we'll kick it in and dial in and let you guys hear our interview with Noah. All right, we're live. All right, I would like to welcome in our special guest for episode 3 of Find Your Tree podcast. It is a special guest for me. This is my baby brother, Noah, who's not a baby anymore. He's almost 22 years old. He is Distance First sponsored collegiate athlete. He plays baseball for the University of Minnesota. He is also a published author of The Push and Pull, out on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, wherever else you buy your books. Also,
Get a
electronic
copy.
versions.
Get yourself a copy.
He also is. You can see he's coming to us from his studio at our parents' house. He also writes, records, edits, does his own music as well. So, as him being a distant athlete and also an entrepreneur himself, we wanted to have him as our first guest on the Find Your Tree podcast. So let's
Welcome aboard.
Noah.
Thanks for having me, gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be here. Pleasure to be here.
Yes.
Shirt looks good on you, pal.
Appreciate it.
Yes, it does. Find Your
Appreciate
Tree.
it.
That's available on distantclothingstore.com.
Go get
That's a
it.
great looking shirt as well.
Go get it.
Rocking it.
So I'm going to jump right in here a little bit.
Let's do it.
It's the just about the end of summer, starting your next school year and baseball season. Tell us a little bit about what you've been getting after here this last summer.
This summer was a busy one for me for sure. I spent 2-ish months out in New York, about an hour and 20 minutes north of the city. I was playing baseball for the Perfect Game League about 5-6 days a week, and then I was hopping down on the train from Poughkeepsie into the city 1 or 2 days a week and networking in the city and just living it up on the East Coast, having a blast. I was working on getting the book out into the world, which came out right at the beginning of summer. I think I pushed it. Oh, there she is. There she is. Yeah, as they mentioned before, my book finally came out in the summer. I think May 25th was like the release date, but it wasn't like publicly live until like June something. But yeah, I mean, it was a busy summer. Did a lot of stuff. Created a lot of cool things, and played some ball. So I had a blast, and it was good. Now I'm home for a couple weeks, and then heading back up to the Twin Cities real shortly here.
How awesome is that you got to be in New York City of all places to play baseball on top of being such a creative city? Pretty dope there.
No, it was the best thing in the world to be in a place that's very conducive for my lifestyle and the things that I'm interested in, and getting to be surrounded by other people. I met up with some new friends of mine out in the city, and got to experience their parts of the city, and just kind of get up to a lot of creative stuff, make a ton of cool stuff. I took probably 1,000 photos out there, tons of videos for different content pieces and things like that. But also just being able to be in the city with so much energy was just really conducive to my lifestyle and the things that I'm interested in. So I had a blast out there. I can't wait to go back.
Yeah, since I've known you your entire life, I've always kind of been drawn to the city. But you kind of touched on it a little bit in terms of networking with some of your friends. So if you want to let the audience know what you do when you are not playing baseball or going to school or writing a book coming out to be published, but really kind of what you got working on.
Yeah, so I mean, I do, like you guys have mentioned, a multitude of different things. I just kind of throw enough stuff at the wall and see what sticks, and kind of just go whatever I'm feeling at the time. I think it really relates to what you guys preach all the time with Distant Clothing Company. It's just find your tree, essentially. And I
That's right.
honestly, I mean,
Let's go.
honestly, I just try to, go whatever is calling me and filling me up creatively and otherwise. And I think that it ebbs and it flows for me, considering I'm involved in music and writing and entrepreneurial pursuits, and then baseball as well, is kind of finding that balance. When I'm not on the ball field, I'm usually working on some sort of music project, whether it be scoring short films for different film makers that I've been connected with, or making music for my artist project Noah Berghammer, or anything else in between. And then also I don't know if I mentioned, but I do run a company called the Community of Creators, which is essentially a place for artists and creatives of all facets and genres all over the world to find refuge in support and proper knowledge to make a creative career viable. Through the Community of Creators, I mean, I've just developed a ton of different relationships, and was like, why not give this accessibility to everybody? And have music producers meet with artists, and fashion photographers meet with models. Like, why not give them a place to kind of have that be a thing? And then as I've seen it grow,
Exactly.
really organically, it's just something that has kind of come into fruition of a lot of different facets, and I've enjoyed it very, very much, and I can't wait for the future of it. It's gonna be really exciting.
It's gonna blow up. I can't wait for the community to blow up. It's obvious to me.
Appreciate that. I really do appreciate it. I think so too, and I think that the reason it's going to is because it's not something that is like grossly trying to make money off of artists or exploit artists, different things. It's really just made by,
It's organic, like you said. It's organic,
and it's coming from up within. It doesn't work unless creatives meet each other and connect with each other and make stuff because we connected them. So the values are definitely there, and the way that people have already met, and the way that I have been able to grow as a creative just by meeting different people, and expanding my tastes in the creative industry that I'm interested in the artists and stuff that that we interview and that we get to know. We get to hear that their stories are very, very similar. You get to hear, everybody kind of started in this place. I was working 3 jobs. I was living in the city, and then something happened, and all of a sudden I'm drumming for Chelsea Cutler on tour. And it's like, it's nuts, because these things, it goes to show creative individuals of all facets that it is a viable career, and that you don't need to either have a big record deal or a big budget movie in order to make it as an artist. There's tons of working artists in all different capacities all over the world. And if we can give people the ability to feel like it's a viable option, that's all we can ask for.
I love it. A voice for the entrepreneurs too. I love it.
Exactly. No, for sure. And I think it goes to show people that a lot of people are creative in their own right. I mean, like Sam, you work in finance, you talk about it all the time, but you're doing sketches for a clothing company, and you're running entrepreneurial things, and you're also, writing in different capacities. It's like so many different people may, do the STEM line for their thing of work, but they have tons of other creative passions. They maybe like to cook or bake, or they like to draw or paint. And it's like being able to allow people to do all of these different things is all the community is really about. And I think we coincide really well with what your guys' mission is, because it really is about going to what calls you and what fulfills you. And if we can give people that inspiration to do that, I mean, that's advantageous to all parties, right?
Oh,
Absolutely.
totally. You
Yeah.
know, and as I just sit here, just keep reminding myself, you're 21, 22 years old.
I know, right?
I mean, just the old soul. We've said that since you were a kid. Skateboarding, kick flipping on the road there.
Backflipping kid for sure.
Yeah, break dancing as a kid. All of that. But like, I mean, just the thought concept. That you and your Nick. Shout out to your community of creator partner.
Yeah.
Nick is as well.
Yes, I forgot
that one together. But I mean, what you guys are doing and just the whole thought behind it of bringing together creators and creatives, just basically building out that platform for like-minded people.
Yes.
To show off. I mean, because that's what you do as a creator. You bring your ideas out, whether people like them or not. But if it's what drives you and what you're going for, to our motto of find your tree, it's like, if it's making you happy and, you have people that's a safe place to share that. I mean,
Right.
Just the sentiment and the thought of at 20, 21 years old, when you guys started thinking about the community of creators as like a company more than just the idea,
Right.
actually putting that into place before even graduating college, fantastic. There's not a lot of 20, 21-year-olds kind of stepping outside to doing those things.
Well, I just felt that it was necessary, and I felt that as someone who was a working artist and creative, Nick and I would always just kind of wonder, like, where were our people? You know what I mean? I mean, Janesville, you guys know it as well as anybody. It's a great place to grow up, but it's not always the most forward-thinking place, and sometimes it can be complacent, and it can be hard to kind of push the boundaries and figure out, like, I want to do more than what's around me. And I think that that's the whole aim, is to give little Susie from Arkansas that wants to be a writer the ability to be like, wait a second, I
can actually do this.
I can do this, right? Like there's this person here doing it. There's this person here doing it. And
I have proof.
Yeah, exactly. I have proof, and I have the inspiration behind it, and I have people that are going to support me in an organic way. And that's the thing. I mean, we hang art in our houses, and we watch movies, and we love to read books to escape in a story, but yet are you ever going to tell your kid to go pursue art school or be a painter? It's like, those are the kind of things that we're trying to switch the narrative into being like, you know what? That is as good as going to get a job as a accountant or, a nurse. I think there's value.
Exactly.
I think there's value in everything. And I think that is what, finding what really calls you, finding your tree, and so that's something that I've tried to stick to, and I know that you guys do as well. So I think we coincide on that very well.
Couldn't agree more.
So outside of your trips in and out of the city over the summer, going into the school year here. So outside of school and baseball, what are you working on as a creative right now?
We're definitely always staying working on the community of creators. We actually, I have a meeting with an app developer next week to start putting our app together. I'm gonna probably meet with a couple of different people to decide who's like the best fit for us. So in terms of that, we have, so like I mentioned, the app. We're always coming out with new content. Want to get the YouTube channel for the community going on a little bit more, just so that, because there's a whole huge group of people who still watch YouTube like TV.
Hey,
and
that's what we're catering to right here, bud.
I mean, it's a crazy thing. And so YouTube for us
is
a really
strong.
Say that again.
YouTube Nation is strong. I've had so many jobs, and I'll go into them, and I always think everyone's on like Facebook or Instagram, and everyone's on YouTube. It's incredible.
Yeah, so many people are using YouTube, especially creative people. So if we can get to that audience, by posting more on YouTube. And I don't even care if it's 100 different subscribers. That's just 100 more people looking at what we're doing and 100 more people that we can help. So definitely want to get the YouTube content going more. Then we're going to start working on getting into like some virtual festivals and some coffee talks and different open mic nights and stuff virtually that we can start going in. And just continuing to build up our base. And then me personally, I'm working on a collection of short stories from my time in New York, fictional short stories.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I ended up writing, my first book is a nonfiction book. I never really wanted to be a nonfiction writer just because I felt like that was like a cop out.
You'd rather just
until I had these feelings.
your imagination.
Yeah, exactly. Until I had these feelings that were undeniable and I felt that they were very relatable to the rest of the world. So I was like, maybe I should write this story. And then I wrote it, and I don't want to pigeonhole myself into a nonfiction presence. So I'm working on a collection of short stories. I've got 2 done. I'll probably go like 5 short stories, a couple pages of poems, and then like a lookbook of like some of my favorite photography that I took in, put it all together, maybe just release it independently on Amazon. Or try to get some magazine publication would be really cool or ideal.
That'd be sweet.
And then I really want to get more into my music artist project this year when I have time. I've definitely put that on the back burner since diving in deep to the community of creators.
There's so many burners, Noah. I mean,
there is. I gotta make sure that I'm keeping myself not too thin. And the community is definitely something that's deeply important to me, and it's time is of the essence with it. And as I've started to do more work with the community and make content, make my own music for my content, I'm only getting better at my music production chops, and I'm only getting better at writing songs and stuff like that. So I think when I am ready to release a project again, I think it's going to be even better than anything I've released before. Plus, I've just met so many different new musicians that I'd love to work with. Maybe on the back end stuff, do production and songwrite with them. I've done a couple sessions. I was with a producer in London last 2 weeks, recording a new song with them as a feature on their new album. So I'm going to do more stuff like that in that capacity. But as far as my solo project, that stuff is coming, but it's a little bit slower as of late.
Well, it sounds like you're getting tons of experience and you're growing at a rapid rate. Like Sam said, you're only 22, or that's insane.
Appreciate that. I'm trying to keep my time management at bay and give myself breaks also.
Important.
Keep that mental health strong. Yes, sir.
It's important, and it's all about finding balance, and I know that you guys preach that all the time within Distant, so I need to continue to remind myself to find that balance and slow down when I can, because I got plenty of time to make things happen. So
that's true.
It's most definitely important to take that time, even if it's distant from whatever it is that you need to recharge.
Right.
Because you also don't want to burn yourself out, especially with something that you love.
Heck no, exactly.
And
there's definitely times where, I'll reach like a thing where I really need to step back and take a beat. Just in terms of like, whoa, I got too much going on. I don't really know what to do. And you, Sam, as well as I do. I don't know, Nick, how ADHD you are, but when I get too many things going on, I have a struggle doing one. So I need to remind myself to slow down a little bit so I can focus and be productive.
I think it's kind of a superpower, but it's a superpower you got to corral.
Yes,
ADHD.
I could not agree more. That's why I'm able to do a lot of different things at one time.
Right.
I can kind of just float to different things, but then all of a sudden I got, like Sam's favorite analogy, I got 5,000 tabs open on my computer, metaphorically and literally, in my head. And now I, that I need to slow down and be like, okay, close this one, close this one, close this one.
We can close a couple of these, right?
And then out of nowhere, I'll make a little 1-minute short film and post it on Instagram just on a whim, just because why not? So like, definitely just go to whatever's calling me in that given moment, which leaves me with a lot of really cool projects for sure.
That's awesome. I'm thinking back to when I was 21 and where in college I didn't have nearly the amount of irons in the fire that you are currently juggling. college alone is a lot. Being a Division I athlete, going to college is a lot. Writing music, producing, running a company, the social media
Short
accounts for
stories.
all the companies. You just keep stacking them up, and it's admirable.
Appreciate that.
Admirable to say the least.
Inspiring it. It's gonna get people going.
That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for.
The community, it gets the people going.
That's right.
It's like wildfire.
Provocative.
It is just the concept and idea behind it. It has to. It's gonna catch like wildfire. Because I mean that's I think one of the more important things is and Nick, you touched on it earlier. You're not gonna tell your kid to go to art school, because what's the career in that? I mean, it's not for everyone to go to school of any kind.
Yep.
If that's not
Right.
what brings you happiness, I mean, we need to stop. It's not the 70s, 80s where it was go to school, graduate, go to college, get a job, work 30 years, retire for a minute, and die.
Exactly.
We need to shift the mentality from that of taking care of yourself, taking care of your mental health, and
100%.
doing what makes you happy.
Huge advocate of that as well. And I think that it's crazy too, because you're seeing all of these different ways to not only, make money in a monetary sense, but also just to have career paths and things you never would have guessed. I mean, you have people doing their makeup on the internet and making six figures. You have people,
Right.
you have people doing dance videos that are signing brand deals with Sephora and some of the biggest companies in the world, and all of it, it can seem jaded to the rest of the world of people who think that it's internet money and it's crazy, but at the same time it's like you're now giving people all of this access to the rest of the world and the freedom and the ability to retire at 25 years old and to be able to do the things that they want to do or that they're called to do. And I think it's really freeing, and I think social media is playing a positive role in that effect. I mean, there's definitely balance in like taking breaks from social media and learning how to use it in a positive way. But I think it's exciting more than anything. And people think, well, the sector is so flooded. It's like another 12-year-old got his phone yesterday. So it's like at the end of the day, there's always going to be more content to be had and more content to be made. And I just think that's another reason why you have the ability to make it whatever that means for you. And like you said, taking care of your mental health, I think there's a ton of really good resources on the internet to take care of your mental health and people to inspire you to take breaks, get into meditation, self-care. There's all of these different places where you can go to find refuge. And I think that that's a positive part of social media. And I think that you guys are a positive part of social media. I think that we are a positive part of social media. And if we can all kind of change that narrative from the toxic, filter full world of like, hey, my life sucks, but I'm going to make it look really cool on Instagram. And it's like, if we can kind of get that walls down thing and be more transparent and open about what we're going through and about what we're interested in and what makes us happy, I think that that's going to lead us towards, a more positive presence,
I love it, and appreciate you being so transparent with us and taking the time to talk with us this evening.
Absolutely.
You have so much going on in your life. It's incredibly impressive.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, and appreciate you hopping on, and don't want to take up any more of your precious 24 hours that you have in a day.
I know, right?
Hey, I'm always even as busy as I can be. This is the stuff I love making time for. Doing interviews with the creator series that we do over on the community of creators, and just hanging out with people that I enjoy, people that inspire me, and people that get my creative juices flowing. That's like my recharge. So it's never a waste of time with people that inspire me.
Well, you have so much going on, so we will definitely have you on again for some updates in the life of Noah Berghammer.
I would love to help in any capacity, and I'll always continue to support my clothing as a sponsored athlete. I love all that you guys are doing. This shirt is so cozy. You guys got to go get it if you don't already have it, honestly. And I can't wait for y'all's new line to come out and to continue to keep seeing what you guys are putting out. yeah, it was a pleasure being on. I really appreciate it.
And the last piece here, let yourself have a plug and let people know where to find out more about what you got going on, what you're doing with the community. Let the people know your socials.
Yes. When you're looking at my personal channels, you can find me on Instagram at noah.bergs. You can find me at Noah Bergs Music. And then for the community of creators, you can find me at the community of creators. On TikTok, we're at the community of creators. On TikTok, I'm also at Noah Bergs Music. Yeah, you can find me on all of those platforms. I don't really use Twitter as much just because it's hard enough to keep 2 platforms going on. You guys know the social media grind stuff. So if you find me on Twitter, great. But otherwise, TikTok and Instagram are my 2 most used platforms. We'd really appreciate you guys to follow along on our journey, my journey. Go find my book on Amazon, Barnes & Noble. Whatever Sam said, if you can swing. I think it's actually on sale right now for $12.99. So if you want to go save $1 or $2, now's the time
Hit
to
it up.
an extra copy.
Hit it up. Amazon.com, baby. I think you might have heard of it.
Jeff Bezos thinks you have for sure.
Yes.
So yeah,
Thanks for joining us tonight, Noah. I appreciate it.
Yes. Thank you for
Absolutely.
hopping on. Everybody stay tuned to see what Noah's got coming up next. We'll also drop all of his social links in the show notes. So
thank you guys. Really appreciate it. Have a lovely night and we'll talk soon.
Later, bud.
Whatever that means.
I don't know what I did. How do I zoom the hell up back?
I don't know. It looks like the stitching of your fabric.
That's
yeah.
there it is.
There we
Yeah.
go. Oh boy.
Oh, we
back.
live.
That's not even bad, Nick.
All right. Hello.
Yeah, you're
We're
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait. We're charging now. Okay, I got the lightning bolt.